Hey guys, I'm really excited to show you guys a new NFT project. It's called the Citadel. Let's check it out. Alright guys, let's go through what the Citadel is and what the tokenomics are like. Citadel is a space play to earn game. Play to earn just means you play the game to earn your money. The Citadel is pretty much like Ether Orcs, but instead of, going raid parties like kingdoms and stuff, you're pretty much in space and you go to belts and you mine the belt for ore. The devs chose to make it a layer 1/layer 2 game. This takes the best of both worlds, which makes gas cheaper. But also you get the ability to sell on layer 1s like OpenSea, etc. The devs have also mentioned that governance is going to happen on layer 2 but can trigger events on layer 1 through a privileged governance tunnel. Do I know what that means? No. But as long as it works, I don't really care. So that's pretty good. Now let's get into the game and tokenomics of this project. When you first mint this project, it can either be a miner or a marauder. As a miner in the Citadel, you'll be going to asteroid belts and mining them for ore. Ore is obviously the native token of the project. You're not able to just idle and keep your miner on a specific belt because the belts have depletion limits. It will eventually deplete to 0. There will be no ore left. So you have to make sure that your miner is continuously changing belts to continuously make you ore. Now, with this native token called ore, you can spend it on upgrading your ship, which initially is a good burning mechanic. Now, marauders are ships that rob the miners for their ore. You roam the belt that you choose, and then you rob the miner as tax when they exit the belt. This tax is based on the amount of guns on your ship. This also determines the amount of power you have in the belt. For example, if you had 10 guns and you were receiving 2 ore per gun, you would receive 20 ore. Now, marauders also have a risk. This risk is that they may not be earning the maximum amounts of ore per yield. This is because miners have moved to a different belt or the belt is depleted. Now let's take a look at the classes available in the Citadel. You've got frigates and interceptors. These ships are small and lightweight, they are fuel efficient and fast, which means that they can travel to distant belts quicker than the majority of the Citadel. But they are obviously less powerful, otherwise they would just be OP. The next class is the command and battleship class. These ships provide high ore yield but lack the speed and agility of other classes, which means they have poor fuel efficiency. Barges and cruisers are just the mid-class of the Citadel, pretty much like the knights, like a default knight on any MMO game. Now let's check the rarity. You got the standard, which is going to be 60% of the initial mint. Then you got the noble, which is 30% of the initial mint, Exodus and Rumor. These obviously are the rarest, and I assume Exodus will be 9% or 5%, and Rumor will be 1% or 4%. A bit more on the tokenomics. Ore is going to be used for in-game, like upgrades, in the auction. I'll get to the auction in a sec. And the pilot badge will be used as the governance token. So voting, if you own more than 5 badges, then you can contribute, things like that. Okay, so the first burn mechanic was upgrading your ship to burn ore. The second burn mechanic will be auctions. These auctions will be dependent on, the economy and how we're developing, how much, ore is being burnt, all this. Because we want a positive economy. We want to make sure that there's more ore burnt than ore mined. That makes sense. There'll be an auction every week, and this auction will be for 333 or 666 ships. But this amount of ships will be dependent on how much ore is being burnt and how much ore is being minted. These ships will be given to the highest bidder, which these bids are made in ore. This is obviously a burning mechanic of ore. Currently, I think this project is very underground. It only has 11k Discord users. It has around 9k on Twitter. Some of the devs came from Ether Orcs and other play-to-earn games. Bento Boy and Ryan Decrypto are also in the Discord and followed by some Neo Tokyo fam. So in total, this project is probably I reckon the biggest play-to-earn project on the horizon at the moment. If you have your eyes open for some play-to-earn Ponzi games, this is not a Ponzi, but come on now. Everything's a Ponzi these days. But just take a look at it. Take a look at the white paper, the yellow paper, links in the descriptions. Check out my Twitter, check out my Discord, all of those. And yeah, lads, have an absolute fantastic day.